Capture critical ideas through your teams to drive improvement. I ran a factory of about 100 employees manufacturing small electrical assemblies. I'd inherited a very strong and committed team. There was a very good team working culture in the organisation, a real sense of problem solving and a commitment to the delivery of the factory objectives. Within the complete organisation, the multinational company, we had a culture of implementing, at that time, what was called total quality organisation, the facets of continuous improvement. And regularly we were supposed to report on the number of ideas we had per employee, the number of improvement ideas we had, both the number we'd captured and the number that had been implemented. Despite all the strengths of the factory I ran, we had a very poor reputation for that measure. In fact, we delivered very few improvement ideas. And this troubled me because it ran counter to what I'd observed within the organisation. I drew a conclusion that actually our issue wasn't the number of ideas we had, it was that we were failing to capture them, we were failing to recognise them, and we were failing to implement them. With my own management team, I then stole an idea I'd seen at a supplier's site. I put up a flip chart sheet in the meeting room where we had our regular meetings. And on it we put any ideas we had during the meeting. We captured whose idea it was and the date on which we had it. And then every week we would capture whether we'd accepted it or not as an idea to implement, whether we planned it, whether we'd done it, whether we checked whether it had delivered improvement, whether we'd acted on that, checked that we'd done, and then whether it was completed. The facilitator who captured the number of ideas we had could just simply read off the chart the numbers that we'd recorded. What was fascinating was we saw our number of ideas within the management team rise significantly, and we saw the number of implementations we were doing rise significantly too. What was really pleasing was that each of my module managers then took that idea out to their teams. And I saw the chart appear elsewhere in the factory in each of the team meeting areas. We proved that people were having ideas, but not only that, we were then beginning to implement them and deliver improvement. So it's very important when we're delivering change in our organisations that we don't just think about what we need to do to make a step change, but we think about the culture that we're leaving in place for the longer term. Are we capturing a culture that will deliver sustained improvement? And to do that, we need to capture ideas, we need to deliver them from within the working teams rather than handing them off to someone else to be implemented. And wherever possible, we need to do that in a team organisation rather than driven by individuals. So if you're pondering a change at the moment, ensure that one of the deliverables you're looking for through your step change is the creation of an environment of continuous improvement. If you'd like to know more about leading change in organisations, I suggest you read Changing Spots, a systems approach to change management. You'll find more details at www.changingspots.co.uk.